I've heard great things from PSVR 2 users about Globular Cluster's head strap last year, so I was keen to try out their Quest 3 version known as the CMQ3. And after 8 months of testing, which is a lot longer than usual, I can honestly say this is the most comfortable head strap I've ever used.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect.
And I know that's quite a statement, so I'll explain everything in this video. Starting off with a quick unboxing. The first thing I noticed was how premium the packaging was, which is something I haven't experienced since the Oculus Rift in 2016. So the packaging really sets the tone. First off, we've got an ice silk forehead pad, which if you've seen my SteamVR facial interface review, you'd know I really love this material. So this was a great surprise to start with. But they didn't stop there, as they also included a PU leather pad and even a fabric pad, which is something completely new. You'll also find a rubbery honeycomb and fabric rear pad, plus a silicone cover which wraps around the pad if you want to keep it hygienic, as well as a padded top strap and a USB-C cable, which I'll explain later, and lastly the manual, which is a lot more detailed than most. Taking a look at the head strap itself, the first thing I noticed was how premium the whole strap feels, as the plastic has a rubber or silicone texture which feels much nicer than the usual matte plastic. The build quality is also very solid and rigid throughout, and all the hinges feel tight. It's by far the most sturdy head strap I've ever used. The inside of the side panels are also lined with rubber, which adds a lot of grip and keeps the headset firmly in place. Halo straps usually only include one forehead pad, but here we've got not 2 but 3 in total, including a PU leather pad, an ice silk pad, and also a new kind of fabric pad which feels incredibly soft and is what the standard Quest 3 facial interface should have been. I was amazed to see an ice silk pad, as I really like it on the SteamVR interface. So being able to use this material on both the interface and forehead is the most blissful experience I've ever had wearing a halo strap, as your entire face is just draped in ice silk.
Holy Jesus.
It's something I had been asking SteamVR to create all year to no avail, so Globular Cluster really delivered exactly what I've been dreaming of.
Thank you!
As for the ergonomics, the width and curve of the halo pad is also slightly larger and deeper than anything I've seen before, so this makes it more comfortable and secure, as it has more surface area to wrap around my forehead, which distributes the pressure out further. The whole purpose of a halo strap over an elite strap is to add more surface area, so the CMQ3 really excels in this regard. The rear pad is also very large and cups the back of the head nicely. They've also included the same fabric material for the rear pad, so combined with the large size, it really feels like a giant cushion for the back of your head. But if you prefer something with a little more grip for those more active sessions, then you can swap it with the honeycomb pad, which stays firmly in place. Another great advantage with the rear pad is that you can raise or lower the position, which is another unique feature to the CMQ3, as all the other head straps I've used keep the position fixed in place. I prefer to keep mine on the lower level so I can cup the back of my head better. One issue I've always had with halo straps is the lack of adjustability, as the hinges can only tilt from one point on the side panels. Whereas the CMQ3 also allows you to tilt the hinge that attaches to the halo part of the strap. This means you have more adjustability in getting the exact right angle against your head. If you're using the SteamVR facial interface, which is larger than most, you can get the perfect alignment with the forehead pads so it sits flush, which is incredibly comfortable as every part of it makes full contact with your face. Something I've never been able to achieve until now.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Lastly, you may have noticed the battery cradle, which is made to be used with a 5000 mAh Anker battery, as they're the safest and best quality batteries you can get. They cite some head straps having quality issues such as buzzing batteries, which even I've come across. However, it is a bit inconvenient now that we're used to magnetic batteries on most halo straps. Fortunately, the rear cradle can be removed, so there is the possibility of using your own mounted battery. Personally, I've been using the Anker battery, which has the fastest charging rate I've ever seen, reaching 16 to 18 watts, but the small capacity only adds about 1.5 hours. So another option which I've been using all year is the Zyber neck battery, which has 10,000 mAh and lasts me for more than an entire session. Plus I do prefer to keep the weight off my head, which is why I use it with all my head straps. I've linked my review below if you do want to learn more. I also received their F3 facial interface. However, unlike the CMQ3, my experience with the facial interface wasn't as comfortable, so I'll continue to recommend the SteamVR as my preferred interface. I also reviewed this in depth in a recent facial interface comparison video linked below. So after 8 months, I can honestly say that the CMQ3 is the most comfortable and ergonomic halo strap I've ever used, and not just for the Quest 3 but every headset I've owned. And with 3 forehead pads and 2 rear pads, you're getting a lot of value for money, as most usually only include one of each. The only real drawback is the lack of a magnetic battery. However, having a comfortable and secure head strap is my priority, as I want something I can wear for long periods without any discomfort. And when you combine this with the SteamVR V3 interface, the comfort is unmatched, as they both have the most surface area compared to anything else on the market. The price is currently $55 US, including my discount, which is included in the link. If you found this helpful, feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing, as I've still got plenty more Quest 3 accessories to review. And if you have any questions or feedback on the CMQ3, let me know in the comments so I can pass it on to the team. Till then, I'll see you in the next one.